Okay, hey, I'm back again. So, I realized it was a little bit rude to just leave in the middle of a drawing and leave y'all hanging. I didn't want to do that, and I'd like to finish this piece tonight, so we are going to be doing that, whether it takes a little while or if it takes longer. And we did move locations. I was at the kitchen table. I am now on the bedroom floor, my bedroom floor, because where better to make my junk than on the floor. So, if you missed my last one, I was just discussing a little bit about how my day went. Don't chew on those. My cat loves to chew on colored pencils, so that's a thing. If this camera shakes a lot, just wanted to say I am doing the filming one-handed, so that is why it may shake and wiggle just a little bit. If you missed what happened just a little while ago, this is what we're working on. We're working on a Harry Potter piece. Got the highlighter in, got a majority of the background in. We're going to be finishing this tonight. I don't want to do what I did last week and finish what we worked on together on the previous page off camera, because I realize I need to work on relearning that I can do things just because I want to do them. You know? Does that make sense to anyone else? And I apologize if I shift around a lot, if I sound a little funny. I'm recovering from a cold. I got sick last week, and I'm starting to feel better, just little by little. And my cat may step into the frame here because he gets jealous when I do things. Say hello. Ollie. Say hi. Good boy. That's Oliver. That's my cat. He says hello. He only wants attention when I'm not paying attention to him, as all cats do. And basically what I'm doing is I'm filling in the areas that we missed. I added the highlighter. We're going to be going in and finishing the background here. Got a little bit of the detail work to do, but we're slowly but surely getting there. And I hope everyone's day is going well. I hope everyone's doing good, enjoying this spring weather while it's here. And for the areas where it should technically be white, I don't want to leave a whole lot of that area there, so I'm definitely kind of polishing that in and focusing a little more. I don't like leaving a whole lot of white space on the page. And thank you all for joining me again. I appreciate it. I realize I haven't really said a whole lot about myself recently, and this is more of an opportunity for you guys to get to know me better. I know I've been making content for quite a while, but I've never actually been able to have an audience like this before. So it means a lot to me that you guys are here. Thank you for spending your time with me. It reminds me of art club. I miss it a lot. So this will kind of be like our weekly art club. How does that sound? And thank you so much. Hi, thank you for being here. Thank you for the likes. It's really sweet of you. And we're just kind of filling in these spaces here. I kind of broke a lot of my own quote-unquote rules with this drawing. Like a lot of the processes I usually take, I kind of skipped over because I was eager to get on camera today. I'm learning to be less of an introvert, be more out there, get things done, be braver, you know? I've had a lot of life changes recently. And that's part of the reason why I'm changing things up. And if you guys ever want to see anything in my sketchbook, if you want to do like a small flip through, any questions you guys have about my process, just let me know. We're kind of focusing on the darker colors here in the background, little by little. I don't like to do very strong backgrounds a lot of the time. I prefer to have a softer, blurred background and more contrast with the character in the center. As you can see, this is a Harry Potter drawing. It's based off of a fan fiction I've been reading lately. It's really, really good. Hi! Thank you, Bass and Wit. That's really sweet of you. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. How's everyone week been going? I know mine, it's been a long week and it's only Wednesday. So and if you missed what happened earlier, I'm just going back in, focusing more on a little bit of the details. I'm doing the darker colors now, and then I'm slowly filling in where the color should be. We never decided on what color his shirt should be, so I'm gonna just say. Let's see, on getting art out instead of caring what's good and what's not. That is a very good question. My advice would be do it scared, do it doubtful, do it anyway, because it's important that you do it. Not about the result, not if it's good, not if it's bad. It's better to just do it, try it, and then no matter the outcome, you could always readjust and go from there. Like, it's actually a really good question because I've never really thought too hard about it. I've never had this much reach before, so asking me that question is very interesting. I'm trying to learn that myself. I'm gaining more confidence, changing the way I do things. It's always good to experiment. I know in terms of writing, I used to do short stories, and I really do enjoy doing poetry. What kind of writing do you do? And another piece of advice I would have is remember to do it just because you can. Not for anyone else but yourself. If that makes sense. Like, for instance, I know I just got started on this whole big journey because I've had a lot of life changes here recently. And I'm really trying to work out kind of where I want to go from here. And if you follow me regularly, you'll know that I'm currently trying to open my own art shop. It's coming along. I've got great news. I got my test prints in. I'm really excited to see the actual products come in. I don't have anything open quite yet, but I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. I'm sorry, just 1 second. I'll be right back. Good. Okay. Sorry, I had to shut the door real quick. Hi, thank you all so much for being here. It means a lot to me. Right now, I'm just going through and getting the background taken care of. Let's see. How's everyone doing today? Is everyone taking care of themselves, doing well? If you're just joining in from school or from work, I hope you're doing good. It's been a long week. Weather's finally starting to turn around. I'm sure a lot of you guys are itching for spring. I know I am. I'm tired of all this cold. Right now we're working on a Harry Potter fan art piece, which I have actually not drawn fan art for Harry Potter in a long, long time. but I've been reading fan fiction lately that's really, really good. It's called Welcome to the World of Grey. It's really, really good. And I went live just a little while earlier today. If you missed it, we're just working on this piece. Sorry, my cat's clawing at the door. Just a sec. So sorry, my door is open. We're just going with the vibes today. And I'm just kind of penciling in the background here. I always start with lightest shades and then go into darkest shades. And this piece right now is mainly colored pencil only with a little bit of highlighter. We're going little by little. I never really decided what color shirt he's wearing, so I'm just kind of winging it. Maybe it'll be green too. Why not? And a little bit more news regarding my channel. I'm going to be trying to do these lives more often. If you guys want to hang out, I'd really appreciate it. Just kind of get to know each other a little better. Kind of show you guys more about what I'm working on. Create, like, I really miss art club, so I'm hoping we can do that together. And I might have to take small breaks here and there because I have to sharpen my colored pencils off camera. I'm doing this one-handed. I don't have a desk at the moment. I'm going to be ordering one later. I just don't have one. I moved recently and we're kind of figuring it out as we go. And we're going back in with Nubby. I call this guy Nubby. As you can see, I've used him a lot in almost every single page in this sketchbook. So, we love Nubby. It's gonna be sad. I'm gonna have to give him a proper burial, a proper send-off for helping me with this sketchbook as much as he has. Rip Nubby. And if you guys want to see me flip through my sketchbook while we're working on this, let me know if you have any questions, anything like that. And I'm just kind of working in and out. We're burning daylights for art making, so we're going. Hi, thank you all so much for being here. My name's Hannah. It's nice to meet you. Pardon my Crayola. So after setting down the foundation of like the greens, the blues, the yellows, everything like that, I like to go in with the darkest colors, which is what we're going to do now. I'm going to really set that in, especially towards the edges of the paper. I have a love-hate relationship with this sketchbook, as I've said before. It's had a lot of great drawings in it. I really, really have enjoyed working in it for a long time. But when it starts to get at that year mark, I get the urge to finish it quickly. Like as quickly as I can. So we're at that point. I've got like 6 or 7 pages left and I want it to be done so I can get that next one out. And this is a Moleskine. I've had one other Moleskine in the past before. I personally do not enjoy them, but I don't want to be wasteful. I want to make sure I can finish it. And I'm the kind of person where if I have a blank page, it'll drive me nuts until I get it done. I have to put something in it, whether if it's little pastes of garbage that I find, sticky notes, letters, things like that. and I'll kind of show you what we worked on last week. So this is what we did last live. These are my OCs. That's Pear. That's Humdrum. Humdrum's my mascot. What do you guys think? Do they love each other or do they hate each other? I'd love to know your thoughts, feelings, opinions. Please tell me. And another thing with this paper, wax lays on it really well and it kind of helps blend. But any kind of watercolor, any kind of wet medium, it doesn't work too well. It takes ink like a dream. I really like the way that handles it, but I'm more of a mixed media person. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the rose. That's very sweet of you. Thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Thank you. Really. And thank you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you for the lightning bolt too. That's really nice of you. Thank you so much, Star. That's so nice of you. And thank you for spending your time here. It's very nice that you guys are hanging out with me while I try to get this done. And a lot of the time I don't press too hard on the paper. I don't like leaving large streaks of color. I try to get that watercolor look without using watercolor, which is really dumb for me to say out loud, but oh my gosh, Star, thank you. You really don't have to do that. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we're kind of going back in to reiterate the glow. That way we make sure this looks more like a neon piece. That's why I really enjoy using that orange color. I use it on almost every single sketchbook page. Every single one, because it's just so nice to have that blender without using a blender. But what are your guys' favorite kinds of artworks? Do you like more traditional pieces? Do you use different kinds? What's your favorite medium? Anything in particular? I'd really like to know what you guys are into. And we're kind of just, the idea of this was, in this story that I'm reading, Harry casts the Avada Kedavra curse. I'm pretty sure 2 times so far, which I think it is an interesting take on his character. So I wanted to kind of add that effect where when he casts spells, his scar glows and it like spiders across his face instead of just regular magic, I guess. Not to say that it's not like it's necessary, but I think that would have been such a cool effect for him to have in the movies, since, you know, Boy Who Lived, he's special, quote unquote, survived this curse, hero, all that good junk. And I'm gonna come right out and say it, he should have had fangs. He should have had fangs. Just saying. Which is why he's got sharper teeth. But besides the point. But yeah, I figured we could hang out, get this drawing done together. I'm gonna try going live at least once a week. I've got school at this time. I work full time, and I'm trying to launch my art shop. But I want to hang out with you guys, get to know you more. All that. And news on the art shop, it's coming along. I've got my website almost all set up. I'm working on getting permits that I need. That's the last step. And hopefully after that, when I get my prints and my stickers, I'll be good to go. And this is like a carpenter's pencil. It's supposed to be like a woodworking pencil. Pretty sure my grandma gave it to me like forever ago. But I like to use it really lightly where I'm supposed to have really dark colors. You can't really see it too well. And if you hear noise in the background, I don't live by myself, so there are some ongoings. And after I get all that layered down, what I'll do is I'll go in with Copics. That's typically the last step. And it kind of sits on this paper nicely. It kind of doesn't. So we'll see. Okay.
I need a rug.
Hi, Mom. Like I said, I'm not alone. But I hope you guys are doing well. I didn't want to leave this drawing unfinished. I wanted to kind of sit with you guys and kind of figure out everything, kind of let you know more of what's going on. Colored pencil break, just a sec. Okay, that's a little better. And again, let me know if I need to adjust the camera, if you guys can see okay, everything coming through just fine. I'm going back in with the green because the Avada Kedavra is supposed to be this frightening, neon, startling green. It's been a while since I've actually sat and read the actual books. Does anyone else have the habit of binging fan fiction without actually going back to the source material for a long time? I know I do. Maybe I'll go back in to the lightning a little bit. No, that doesn't look that good. I don't like that. But if you guys have any questions, if you want to see anything in particular in my sketchbook, let me know. I'd love to show you guys. Mostly I'll just be talking a little bit about my art process a little bit. For those of you that missed my live earlier, I tried to go at like 3 or 4 o'clock, but I wanted to get this one done. I laid down all of my colored pencils. I didn't use any crayons yet. Normally I lay down a color of crayons, that way the wax sits on top of the paper and I don't have to worry about bleed. So like for instance, I did a lot of wax through here. Since this moleskin paper is so thin, I usually do that, and then I'll layer, you know, colored pencil, then I'll do Copic, that way it prevents bleed. So for instance, without the crayons on the other side, it would show up like this instead of the rest of it. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, he kind of does look like Jax. Funny story about him. I created Humdrum off of that Vine where it was like, I can't say Rice Krispie treats out loud, so it was like, do you want a blue bar? And I can actually show you the original sketch I have of him. He was just this weird little cat thing that popped up into my head. and he's just been around ever since. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, Humdrum is a little bit Jack's-esque. I actually have a funny story. Let's see here. How's that? Yeah, he's kind of similar. I thought it was funny. Maybe they'd get along, maybe they wouldn't. Hard saying. Yep. So yeah. He's been around a lot longer than Digital Circus has, but I do enjoy Digital Circus as well. It's fun to watch. I really enjoyed the episode with Kinger and Pomni, the most recent one. I also really enjoy just all of it. He is noodly. I don't know, I like something about goofy long limbs. I think they're charming. Kind of like that rubber hose animation style of like the vintage Disney cartoons and things like that. Yeah. Move that around. So this one's pretty much all blended out. This section here, it's going to be hard to stretch that any further. But the rest of it, I could probably put in a good amount of Copic, see how that goes. I'm mostly just working on blending out this background section here as well as this area that I haven't really touched that much. Like through this section here, I try to do circular motions, that way I don't have this super streaky look. But you know, it happens anyway sometimes. I'm just gonna buff it in with some purple, that way it doesn't stand out all that much and it can still look somewhat decent and salvageable. It works sometimes it doesn't. And it's more of a focus of drawing the eye around the page with the shapes. I don't normally do a lot of minor, well, let's see, I don't do a lot of vague open areas in my art a lot of the time. Mostly I try to make it detailed like this. For instance, I don't have a whole lot of negative space. I have a lot of different language around the page, but for this one I'm just going to stick with vague and kind of make that sharp background and kind of focus the details on the face and the wand more than anything else. And this paper is really nice for that. A lot of the time I could just do a lot of open area and kind of leave it at that if I wanted to, without having to worry about it too much. It really just depends on what I'm working on. And a lot of the time I don't really set a goal for what I want the page to look like. We're all based on vibes here. I'm not any sort of fine artist. I don't have a lot of extreme art knowledge. I've just been making art for a really long time, and this is the way I do it. And as you can see, it comes to a point where it doesn't really blend anymore. That's normally when I stop and go in with the Copics. So we'll do this last section through here. We'll go through with the Copics, and then that should be everything. Maybe we'll start working on the opposite page. What do you guys think? And since it is green, it looks a little rougher on camera than it does in person. The Copics kind of helps smooth that out a lot. I don't have to worry about it looking super chalky. It fills in a lot of those little white gaps that you see. It really just depends. But anyway, the reason I started doing these lives, I didn't think I would reach an audience like that before. I made a painting recently of Laika and the anglerfish, and there were a lot of people that liked it. I didn't realize that it would reach that many people, let alone that it would allow me to start doing lives. So you guys have no idea how appreciative I am of that. It means a lot to me that you guys want to hang out and just stick around and see what I make. So I'm trying to do this new thing where I do things because I can and because I want to. I'm trying to be brave, less of an introvert, more of an extrovert, and I think I can do that through these lives. So far, it's been really nice. You guys have been absolutely lovely. Okay. So I think that's about where it's gonna sit with the colored pencils. That's pretty much completely done. Normally, when it stops blending, I'm able to go in and get that taken care of. So, I don't use a whole lot of strong color. For instance, I really like these lighter shades. Okay, there we go. So and I don't press too hard. Just little touches here and there. And it kind of amplifies that glow without me having to destroy the paper. And you can see it kind of lifts the wax and moves it around. And if there's one thing you need to know about me, I am messy. I don't treat my supplies with a whole lot of sacredness. I just use what I feel like using. And my favorite kind of supplies are things like highlighters, gel pens, just junk that I find lying around. Especially on this background color, it might bleed onto this next page a little bit, but that's alright. Maybe we'll work on this page while we're here too, so we'll see. I'm gonna go in with the skin tone, and that's the most terrifying part for me. And I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna get you guys a little closer. Just kind of go in, and it mostly just looks wet, but it does do the trick. It looks better in pictures a lot of the time. I'm kind of blending that in. Little areas where I think it should be darker. And you can kind of see it just lying around. Especially through here on the face. I don't want it to be too light. But I also want to make sure that you can still see his eyes. Can you guys see that okay? Okay, there we go. And then in with the blue. I use this color. Oh wait, no, not the chisel nib. I hate that. Okay, there we go. Going in with the brush tip. I prefer that. I never use the chisel nib. I hate it. Just something about the shape feels wrong. And I'll kind of get you guys an overview. Let me know if that looks good or if I need to move it around. And we'll kind of take the back of the page as well, just to see what that looks like. I don't like not being able to use both sides of my sketchbook paper. It drives me nuts, personally. It's just not something that I enjoy. If I can use both sides, I will. But if I can't, I'll just paste something over it and hope for the best. There we go. And then kind of solidify those shadows a little bit better. There we go. And if I really wanted to smudge it out a little, I could. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your week is going good. There's been a lot happening over here. I've moved recently. My entire life has changed, thankfully for the better. And I'm just slowly working on doing art. It's really nice that you guys are here. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm closing my marker. There we go. And then I'm gonna go in with this. This is the darkest shade that I have. So, to really drive those shades home. And you can kind of see it more with the darker color. I'm all about getting that implication that I'm using watercolor when I don't. I don't know if it ever comes across that way, at least on video or in the artwork that I generally post. But I'm trying. That's the vibe. There we go. Kind of touching it up through there. And I try to go really light if I can. That way it doesn't completely destroy the other side of the page, but if it does, it does, you know? There we go. And I can just... It kind of works. I have a love-hate relationship with this paper. Just kind of outline that. Touch up here on the edge, just to drive home. This is the end. So I've really gone out of my usual strive with this piece. I normally start with crayons, work off of that with colored pencil, and then do the Copics, but I really wanted to experiment with this. So a lot of this is colored pencil. If you missed my most recent live, I was just going through getting all the details set up. We did the inking. Let me stand it up, see if you guys see that. How's it looking? I know it looks messy. It is. I forgot to really erase the more detailed lines in the piece before I started coloring, and normally that's step one, but I didn't this time. And we're actually going to go back in with a little bit more yellow because I feel like it's missing that. I'm kind of just going around the edges. It looks more saturated in person. The texture of this paper really throws me off sometimes. Maybe we'll go in with some more highlighter. I really enjoy using highlighter in my work. And then I'll use some green as well. It looks best when it's fresh. When it dries, it kind of loses that tone, which is a shame, but you know, it is a highlighter. Nothing special. And I'll kind of, there we go. What do you guys like to see an artist do when they're showing their work? Do you enjoy the process videos? The lives? Hi, thank you for joining. My name's Hannah. It's nice to meet you. For all of you that are just getting here, my name's Hannah. I'm a traditional artist that really enjoys mixed media. I haven't really shared a whole lot about myself yet. I've just started really getting into this whole social media aspect of things. I've never, because of how my life is changing recently, my goals have really been put myself out there a little more, show you guys more about how I do things, why I do the things I do, how they're done. Maybe we'll go in with this. And I never really go in with a plan. I mostly just go in and I jump around the page a lot. I never settle on just one spot. I really like to just play around the page because it prevents me from overthinking one spot. It gives me the freedom to take the color I'm working with, really make the piece more cohesive, if that makes sense, without losing what I was focusing on. I have a tendency to overthink, especially when it comes to what I'm doing. I'm trying to get out of that habit, so if you see me jump around a lot, that is why. Alright. I think that might be it. Maybe I'll go in one last time with a darker color. No, not that. I always open the pen up at the wrong section. I have a bad habit of opening it up on the chisel side. Oh, okay, that's really dark. But we'll see. That's the point. Okay, and then let me get this one out. So what I mean is you can kind of buff it out with a different color. I really enjoy blending as much as I can. So I'll take multiple colors. And when it dries, it doesn't look as streaky. And on this paper, that looks so... It doesn't look as bad in person. I think it's funny, you plan things and then things go wrong. But it is what it is. Okay, and that's why I normally don't push that hard. At least on the paper. It sits a little nicer and it doesn't soak in as much. We've got that down. And then also through here. And I apologize if the camera shakes a lot. Like I said, I'm doing this one-handed. I'm working on getting a desk, among other things. But I've moved recently, and I think that my previous house took the sacrifice of my camera stand. You know how it is, you get ready to leave a place, you've got everything all packed up, everything is fine, and then when you get to where you're going, you realize something's missing, and it's like the house took it. You have sacrificed one thing for a move, and that is just how it goes. And I always somehow end up making a mess when I use these markers. But that's fine. I myself am a messy person. And that's just how it is. Yes, the old house does require a sacrifice. It must take something from you before you leave it behind in service. And that is how it goes. Malsey, who is this? This is Harry Potter, actually. I haven't made a Harry Potter fan art piece in a very long time. This is actually based off of a fan fiction that I had read, or am currently reading. I still haven't finished it yet. It's called Welcome to the World of the Grey. Highly recommend if you enjoy Harry Potter fan fiction. I think it's a very good story. Miss my knit beanie. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is such a bummer. Losing items is one thing, but losing a piece of clothing is devastating. It's like the laundry machine gnomes when they take your socks. Only so much worse. So much worse. Okay, so it looks incredibly streaky because you're laying flat on the floor. But yes, this is what it looks like. It looks a little without the light shining on it. Oh, the mom from Onward. I can see where you're coming from with that. I like that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, actually. I need to rewatch it. Oh, okay, that might be getting somewhere. Let's see. That looks a little better. Again, I am doing this one-handed, and it's a little bit of a challenge to hold the camera in a way that makes the art not look chunky, but I'm working on it. Oh, that's nice. It's always good to watch a movie in class. I think it's so much better. I remember when I was in high school, our math teacher every year at the end of the semester would put on Elf for everybody to watch before the holidays. I miss stuff like that. Okay, there we go. How's that looking? Everyone knows it's a good time. Do they even wheel in the TV for you guys anymore, or do they do like a projector kind of thing? I'm interested. I don't know what school is like anymore. It's been so long. Projector. Oh, nice. I think they were just starting to do that by the time I graduated. Okay, and just kind of blending it out. Okay, I think that calls it. I'm not done quite yet. I still need to seal this piece. That's usually, well, missed a spot. That's another thing about jumping around. It allows me to not overthink certain areas, but it also makes me realize, hey, I missed several spots. Oops. Also makes a hand. Oh, the old TVs. Oh, man. Good times. I miss that. And the screens you pull down to. Oh, there we go. That's more the speed I was in. I miss that kind of stuff. I didn't think I would miss school, but I do. I miss the teachers, and sometimes I miss the work. Kept me busy, but other times I'm like, nah, I'm good. And this is what I mean when I say I overwork a piece. Sometimes I'll sit and I'll do too much. I got that too much gene, as Jenna Marbles. Jenna Marbles once said, famously. We miss you, Jenna. Math teachers. Yeah, math teachers usually always suck, don't they? Not my favorite. Math teachers normally are always terrible. English and art teachers are the pickiest. But I loved English and art. Okay, so I've got one last thing to do for this piece. Be right back, just a sec. Okay. So this is the white acrylic pen. A little bit of ASMR for you. Hi, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. So this is the part where it gets scary. I'm gonna go in and go with this acrylic pen. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, it's good. And I'm gonna kind of get you guys in close here, so let's focus on that a little bit, and then I'm gonna hopefully, okay, there we go. That's more like it. I'm glad your art teacher is chill. They should be chill. A lot of the times they are not. I had a couple that were not, and they weren't great, but it is what it is. Okay, there we go. And then his scar, where did I draw that? Okay, there we go. I want it to... And for those of you that are new here, I love glow. I love neon. So I kind of want it to look like it's spidering across his face without looking like a hot garbage mess. Okay, there we go. There it is. Much better. Yes, you can eat the drawing. Thank you for the appetite. And yes, Harry Potter. The famous boy who lived. Casting Avada Kedavra, because in this fanfiction he does, and I love it, and it is so much fun. It is so much fun. What do you think? Should I add some more lightning, or... Yes, the infamous scar. I kind of wish that it looked... I wish he had more of a magical scar, like Moody's eye. I wish that they made it streak across his face, or at least glow when he casted spells. I feel like that was a missed opportunity, personally. More glowing on the lightning. Okay, where do we do that? Let's see here. So, I'm gonna position the camera a little differently. I am doing this one-handed, so I will be jumping around a lot. Sorry about that. Okay, I can't do a whole lot of it. See ya, Malzy. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your evening. Stay safe. Okay, maybe some more in the darker areas to really... Yeah, that's better. What's everyone up to today? How's your day going? And the camera will be a little unsteady. For everyone that's just joining, hi, thank you for being here. I'm gonna be trying to go live once every week. I might stick with Wednesdays, I might change it around a little. Depends on when I get that desk. We'll see. Okay, maybe like that. Thank you, Ria. That's really sweet of you. It always cracks me up that that's the new compliment for artists. I think it's really sweet. I want to eat your sketchbook. I love it when people say that. That's really sweet of you. No. That's a nice thing about this paint pen. You can kind of just swipe it off if you don't like it. Alright, that's better. Oh, these? I have good news. These are, Amazon. I got them in a 4-pack for relatively cheap. They're not that bad. I've had this one for a really long time. Oh man, I'm sorry. That's a bummer. I hope it didn't get on anything. Yeah, if you have any questions about what supplies I'm using, anyone at all, just ask. I don't mind sharing. I like talking to you guys. Okay, there we go. Maybe a little more. And I do jump around a lot. That's just how I do. That's just how it goes. Oh no, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. That sucks. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I'm messy. But if it explodes, that's totally different. I try not to keep it in the sunshine, and I try not to shake it too hard. Oh no, sheets and quilts, that's worse. That's so much worse. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oof. That's rough. I've tried a different alternative to the acrylic pens is the gel pens, but I used to hate them because they would never work for me. They'd always get, like, it would always get gunked up in the roller ball. So that's one thing that I liked about these that the other ones don't do. They don't at least get stuck. But watch me say that and then this start. Yeah, for real, like, even on smooth paper, it would still not work, and I hated it, so I stopped using them, and I'm like, well, this is just a waste. But, you know, we live and we learn. Trust the process and all that. Alright, let's get up close and see if I can finish anything else. So the one problem about these is if I overdo it, it tends to ruin the line art, and I don't want that to happen either. And there's no rhyme or reason why I do anything. I never have a plan. We wing it. We ballin'. We good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, usually I really enjoy glowing eyes if I can get them to do that, but because of his glasses, I feel like it wouldn't be practical. I want to still be able to see his eyes through his glasses, so that's why I colored it in a little more. And normally I don't draw glasses. This is the first time I've drawn a character with glasses in a really long time. It turned out okay, I think. So, we are actually done. And let me have a turn around real quick. Light's coming in that way. Okay, there she is. All finished. Again, thank you for the appetite. I appreciate it. It's very sweet of you. Alright, let's see. So, do you guys want to work on this page, or should I save that for next week? I've got quite a few. Actually, how about this? We'll end on a sketchbook flip through. How's that? So we're gonna go... Oh, oops, was that dry? Oh no, was that dry? Ah! Okay. I forgot, like, if you don't wait for it to dry. But this page isn't finished yet, so it's fine. It's whatever. I just can't press on that too much. I will be skipping certain pages. Just an FYI. But this is my sketchbook. I have named her Stinky because I pasted in some ramen packets because I thought it was funny, and they ended up not. They still retain their ramen scent. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do it. It's not worth it. But anyway, I thought it would be fine, but it wasn't. Anyway, so, cover going through just little by little. Yeah, you would think, but I didn't. So there it was. Humdrum next to Jax. Someone made a comment earlier. Yeah, it is. Yes, and Angel Dust. Love these two. Make me laugh endlessly, hilariously. I love it. I feel like he I feel like he and Jax would get along really well just because. Hi. Hi Dog Day, how are you? And then this is where the Circus Lion AU came in. I wanted to draw these two as circus lions, and I thought I did them okay. Yes, Sun and Moon, my boys, my boys. Love them both. I have quite a bit of fan art of them in here. And then I also have, I used to watch Hermitcraft quite a bit. I haven't kept up. Hey, thank you, Rhea. I appreciate it. We can be friends. Let's see, anyway, this is Gree and this is Mumbo. I had this headcanon where Mumbo got infected with the skulk when it first started because he was obsessed with it, and you can't deny it, he was obsessed with it, so I thought, okay, maybe he got possessed by the skulk or something changed, and that's how he looks. It would be cool. It would be a cool AU, just putting that out there. Yes. And then this is the Sun and Moon fan art that I've been speaking of. Let me get settled in here. Kind of back up a little bit. Anyway, this is the Sun and Moon fan art. This is where it really starts to sink in. And sometimes I do like little junk pages like this. Just things like that. And then more, you'll see a lot of my OCs in here. This is Humdrum. This is Pear. I do a lot of drawings of them in here, so you'll see a lot of that. And I do a lot of different, just dumb things. I do a lot of dumb things. We'll go with that. I'm not going to show you this page. Well, actually I will. It's just got 2 stickers on it that I don't think TikTok would like. So, hey, thank you, Strawberry. That's very sweet. Yes, Monty, I do. This is the only drawing. Well, no, not the only drawing. I'll do more sketchbook flip-throughs. I have more FNAF fan art just scattered in different places. And I'm going to be showing you this as well. I have 2 stickers that I can't show you guys because TikTok would be mad at me. But, yes, this is Pear. She's a jerk. I love her. Moon as a pet star named Starlight. Oh, that would be cute. Maybe I will do that. Speaking of, here they are. Because of course, more YN insert, why not? I do small stickers, things like that in here. Thank you. And things like that. And this one, I actually have a sticker of this one coming out. When I open my art shop, this will be available as a sticker. It's a 4x4 sticker, and hopefully I can get that up and running by at least summer. Thank you, Strawberry. That's very sweet of you. And then this is actually one of the first videos that I've done that went somewhat successfully. So this is actually a little flip-through page. It's based off of that audio of like, hello, are you there? This is your mother. Are you coming home? So it's that little Fisher-Price Playhouse, and I need to fix that. That used to be a face. Yes, Jack Stauber. Aw, that's a good idea. I think I might do that. I might have to do... Oh, these are the ramen packets. These are the ramen packets I was talking about. But this is Humdrum. Constantly mentally unstable, but that's beside the point. So, I shouldn't, but I did because I thought it would be funny, and it wasn't. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. And then more stickers. Oh, that's awesome, Dog Day. Yeah, he's weird. None of my OCs are normal. Speaking of, Humdrum can play the spoons. Pear can play the banjo. That's canon. I thought it was cute. That's another video on my TikTok that you can find further down. My Hero Academia fan art. I love All Might. I haven't finished it yet. I have not finished the show yet. I'm working on it. But yes, All Might. I love All Might. He's my favorite. I love him. And then this is just, I do a lot of vent art. I really enjoy it. It's just something that I kind of niche in. So that's that. Well, that's okay. Everyone has their own style. Some dragons, and then the fire. Well, glue's coming out, but it's supposed to retract. I didn't glue that well enough, but... Well, thank you, Rhea. You're very sweet. And then this is the comic that started it all with the Five Nights at Freddy's BS. The Circus AU, I kind of had this thing when, if Sun and Moon had more of an acrobat kind of deal going on. Like, they had their own circus show that was canceled after the fire, or something happened, like in the past. Since we all know that they're going more in a circus direction anyway, I thought, okay, maybe they do circus tricks like this. Like, maybe they were, if you've ever seen Disney's Tarzan, that's why. That's basically what that was about. And I thought it was cute. Thank you so much, you guys. It's very sweet of you. And you can find more of this stuff here on my page. Thank you for joining my flip through. And it's not necessarily skill, it's just bullcrap I slap on a page. I appreciate the kindness, I really do. It's just, you know, I just make things. That's all. And then little vent pieces like this. Just small stuff. And then these are my Build-A-Bear frogs. Oh, can I read it? Yeah, hold on. Oh no, that's not good. Anyway. And then OCs. Take these, it's dangerous. But anyway. So basically, insert asks, do you have to wear shoes since the outside means no outside shoes in the daycare, blah blah blah. And they're like, well, do you want to try without shoes? The whole floor is padded. And Moon says, son, we don't have to. But they're asking, do you have claws like the others? Because Monty, Roxanne, Freddy, they all have very paw-like endoskeletons, or not endoskeletons, casings that look like animal feet, but these are different. So these were more dexterous. It says it helps us climb. They're supposed to make it easier to do tricks on a tightrope and juggle. We used to have a tail too for balance, but it was removed or something like that. And that's kind of where this idea came from. So they do tightrope tricks, they do acrobats, things like that. I thought it was an interesting idea, that's all. I don't have any huge backstory for it. And then they're like, do you have toe beans like a cat? And he's like, well, I guess you could call them that. And then it's just like, yes, technically he has toe beans. I don't know, just stupid crap. I think it's funny. Well, I shouldn't call it stupid because I do care about it, but you know. And then, yes, toe beans. Toe beans. Love some toe beans. More vent art. Oh, thank you. And then my froggies. I love Build-A-Bear frogs. I have Milo, and then I have Robin, and I actually just got a new one. Her name is Breezy. It's the rainbow frog. Love them. And this is what I meant earlier in my previous live when I said that I like effects to go across the page, and that's why I like the square sketchbooks, because it can go from one end to the other. It doesn't stop in the middle. I can stretch it out if I want to. And I don't like the spiral bounds. They just get in the... Yes, the boys. Juicy. Narrator. Yes, that is exactly it. I think they're hilarious. Ah, light blue one, that would be good. Yes, Humdrum, Pear, Shark Loaf. So these are my 3 OCs. This one's based on a vine. That one's based on an existential nightmare. That's a plush that I got. So Humdrum was inspired by that vine where the guy was like, I can't say Rice Krispie treats out loud. Do you want a blue bar? It's dumb. But that's how he came to be, and he's just been around ever since. Yes, Nightmare Critters. Pear came around when I was at work. I used to work 12-hour shifts at a factory, so I got really bored, and I'm like, what if a pear had human legs? Human legs, yes, human legs. And then Shark Loaf is actually based on a plush that I got at a golf course forever ago. So it's been fun. They've been around. Speaking of, here she is in all her glory, serving CUNT as she do. I can't say the actual words because, you know. But yes. And then some more. Who's this diva? That is Pear. She is beauty. She is grace. She will punch you in the face. Love it. She's actually one of my favorite characters to draw. Sometimes she's little, sometimes she's not. So, for instance, sometimes I'm feeling silly, goofy, fun times. Sometimes I am not. But yes, I had this vision of you could get these little weirdos in those little quarter machines. I used to have a lot of fun in the small town that we lived in. We used to always use the little quarter machines, always had all the little trinkets, all the little stickers. I love the little bubbles. Me too. I love the bubble machines. I know they have like a lot of gachapon machines now. I've never really used a whole lot of those, but that's where that came from. And then I got obsessed with circus things. And clowns. I love clowns. I don't draw a whole lot of them, but yes. I'll take you through a little bit. Thank you, Dog Day. I've got just silly little goofy. I use a lot of highlighter in my work. I love really bright, really obnoxious colors, like the things that make your eyes vomit. I love it. So we've got roundest balancing act, tiniest act around, clownfish. And then, of course, yes. Bill Cipher, yeah. She kind of does look like Bill Cipher. It's the eye. I do enjoy Bill Cipher. She was kind of inspired by him just a little. I'll have to show you the original drawing. You wouldn't think that if I showed you the first time I drew her. Yes, this is Nettle. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Blue, gifted to me by my aunt. I got her original copy of Pokemon Blue and her original Game Boy Color. That was my first introduction to video games as a whole. So I was obsessed, and I always picked either Bulbasaur or Charmander. I love them. And then I had a little idea. I don't do a whole lot of like small sketches. I don't know. I don't fill them with a whole lot of small sketches. I like to do big, expansive pieces. And I know it's supposed to be like a sketchbook. There's a lot of discourse around like what is a sketchbook, what is not. This is just the way I use it. So sometimes it'll have little itty bitty sketches like this. Sometimes it'll be a whole page of crap. It just depends. It is hard. Dog Day, it is hard. I feel the same about digital art a lot of the time. It's hard for me. So don't feel bad. It is hard. The important part is you try. Oh yeah, that. I was obsessed with that. It's a junk journal as much as it is a sketchbook, you know? If I don't fill things with crap, what's the point? If I don't have fun little crappy things all up in my sketchbook, what is the point? You know? It's fun. More Circus Lion shenanigans. So I had this idea that maybe they restore the circus act between Sun and Moon after Ruin. Possibly, maybe, I don't know, since they're going more of a circus route anyway. I thought it would be interesting to do more of an actual come and see the celestial circus kind of deal. Yes, I do too. They're so much fun to draw, it's a problem. I love it. I'll have to show you more. I have my other work sketchbook. I have more drawings of these two in my work sketchbook. And then, like for instance, maybe Sun is good at jumping through fire, maybe Moon is better at juggling, maybe Sun is a little bit bigger than Moon. They have separate bodies, they're not in one. I don't know, just small things. Like this is a whole expansive... Let me twist you around a little bit. So my thing is maybe they were kept in this like old lion's cage, like the actual... if you've ever seen Disney's Dumbo, like the circus carts where they keep the animals, like the really old-fashioned ones with the bars and the wheels that go along the circus tracks, things like that. Maybe they were kept in a lion's cage for a really long time, and you come in, shake things up, get the circus act back together, things like that. And of course, hide and seek, something like that. Maybe. I thought it should have looked spookier than it is, but I really enjoy this part of the drawing more than anything else. For instance, here we are. So just highlighting the differences, maybe small little head cannons of mine. They have like the circus makeup on a little better. They actually have the claws. They have really long tails. They're able to twist and bend and be kind of anthropomorphic, kind of not. Like they're able to walk on all four instead of just two. They can do both. Like for instance, maybe their torsos more mechanical where it's easy for them to twist and bend like the Mimic, or like what's his face, things like that. Hi Chloe's. Yeah, kinda. I really was I was watching a lot of Hell of a Boss when this happened. So things like this, maybe you find an old circus poster all torn up, things like that, showing the heyday. Like this is based off a vintage poster I had. Hi Chloe's, thanks for joining. And then just some more. I really like doing highlighter along the edges of a page. It really helps settle it in more. Always more. Me too. I really like Hell of a Boss. Stolas is my favorite character. Especially lately, I relate to him a lot. So yeah, more. And then of course, it had been so long since I actually drew these three that I kind of made a page about it, like, oops. 34 seasons, 9 movies, 5. I might have to do that. I might have to actually make a whole story. I've never done that before. People have been kind of asking for comics about these guys. Maybe I'll do one about... We'll see. It's up in the air. And again, more. It was like brain rot in my head for weeks at a time. Just different things. Like, maybe... just things like that. And then we have things like this. Like I said, I love lay flat sketchbooks. They're my favorite. I adore it when I can just lay it open, have a two-page spread and really kind of settle into that. My whole idea was maybe there's this, I have a Webkinz that's a deer, and I wanted him to be royalty, but he wouldn't have his antlers. Maybe this is just a character kind of reiterating on that, and he's obsessed with like a dragon is obsessed with him. Things like that. I used to really enjoy drawing centaur characters. Things like that. And speaking of, this is one of my favorite Webkinz. Her name is Molly. She's a tattoo artist. I love to draw her. I think she's super fun. Yes, I love Molly. She's my favorite. And I don't like the teeth in this, but this is my favorite drawing I've made of her ever. I love it. Thank you, Madison. That's really sweet of you. But yes, I love the way I draw her. She is my favorite. Thank you, Dog Day. Maybe I will. I have to get more into Poppy Playtime. I know that chapter 4 is out. I've seen a lot of bits and pieces, but I haven't actually watched it the whole way through. Thank you so much, KK Slider. I appreciate it. I love your PFP, by the way. That's super cute. But, love her. And these are more. These are all of my dogs. I have Molly. She's a Mohawk puppy. She's my favorite. This is Winter. She's the snowflake puppy. This is Jolly. He is a Christmas dog. And Maisie is the 10-year pup. I love Animal Crossing too. I'll have to show you more of my older sketchbooks. I have a lot of Animal Crossing fan art in them. And this is more of Lady. Oh, you have a puppy? That's really sweet. And then I have more Humdrum and Pear as well. What kind of puppy? And I love this. I love this drawing of them. I think it would be funny if Humdrum wore more clothes, but I never draw him in clothes. I just draw Pear in clothes. I don't know why. But the Crocs send me. And the Froggy Bucket hat, of course, had to do the Froggy Bucket hat. And some more vent art, kind of. There's been a lot of changes in my life recently, so this is kind of reflecting on that. I miss my childhood a lot. Not to get super serious or whatever, but... And then these were made, I don't know if you guys have seen, like, the semi-viral, like, pastel crayons, oil crayons kind of deal. Hold on, let me get more comfortable. Ugh. But anyway, those gel crayons that people use, this was made using that. I really liked the colors. I don't like the texture a lot when it's dry. I love using them. They blend okay, but if you're not a texture person, maybe don't. Oh, golden retrievers are so cute. Rosie is such a cute name. And then this is... I draw my frog Milo a lot. I think he's really cute subject matter. So doing small little drawings like this is really important for me. Just to kind of get practice in, let loose, draw something that I enjoy. Like, for instance, I have 3 or 4 Webkinz frogs. I have Milo, Robin, Bean, and I recently added a 4th. Her name is Breezy. I'll have to show you, but anyway, it's bath time, and I thought it was super cute. I think they're adorable. So not much fan art, and then, of course, more Molly. She is my favorite. I love drawing her. And for whatever reason, I was just obsessed with matches lately. It's a problem. Thank you, Bozo. That's really sweet of you. But yeah, I really enjoy bright colors. Anything really obnoxious. Anything hard on the eyes. but I thought that it was nice. And then, of course, I'll get to that in a minute. But this is one of the more recent sections of fan art I have. This is, of course, mouthwash. Love Captain Curly, even though, you know, the whole game is kind of extremely messed up. Yes, fish. I love drawing fish. Fish are actually one of my favorite things to draw when I don't have anything to draw. This is more humdrum and pear, you know, doing dumb things. I don't know why. I just thought it would be funny if he could light matches with his tongue. So, there's that. And then, of course, gotta drink your idiot juice in style at the froggy table with the froggy chairs. And that's kind of an Animal Crossing thing. I'm sorry. Oop, nope. Oop.
Dinner's ready if you're hungry. Okay.
Anyway, smaller things. I'm skipping that page. Personal reasons. And more of the circus act, of course. Just thought it would be fun. More fan art of that. Of course, cuss words, not that great. Maybe gonna skip that one real quick. Don't know if it's good for cuss words. And then small things like that. Somebody asked me if these two were lovers. I don't know. What do you guys think? Sometimes maybe yes, sometimes maybe no. They love to hate. And then, of course, I have another OC. Her name is Tilt. She's based off of those toys where you would push down and the face would change. Or like you'd push a button and the face would change. Just dumb little funny things. And of course, I have this headcanon where Swedish fish are Humdrum's favorite thing. And then that leads us up to today. And that's the last drawing we have together for now. We're going to finish this page next week. I've got a few other things in store. I'm going to be back. Next week we'll probably work on this froggy drawing. Maybe this pony drawing. We'll see. But thank you guys for joining me. It's getting kind of late, so I'm going to head out. But thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good rest of your evening. I'll see you all next week.